Hi guys, so as we get closer to Easter, it means there's a surge in activity at the ports. Dover in particular is seeing a rise in traffic there. More vehicles equals more delays, but as passports need to be checked, it lengthens those delays. Why are passports being checked? Well, because the UK is no longer a member of the European Union. So Easter holidays and other peak periods have been made much worse because of taking back control. But you're probably thinking, well, we can handle a bit of extra disruption a few times a year. It's all worth it because of sovereignty. Well, towards the end of 2023, another Brexit problem is emerging.
Now, we must talk about Dover. We've seen these up to 70 lorries, I think, backed up, and there are delays now for this Easter getaway weekend. Because although Easter's next week, the holiday's pretty much starting now for many families and schools.
Yeah, OK, this is specifically about coaches, and it's been an absolutely awful night, as we've been hearing from your reporter. People have been there for many, many hours, and it's not going to clear very quickly. The Port of Dover is now saying very specifically this is due to delays with border control. Now, at Dover, coaches are kind of taken to one side. Since Brexit, we have asked to have our passports minutely examined and to have them stamped. As a result of that, checks take longer. If you've got 50 university students or school kids on a coach, that's going to take a lot of time. And unfortunately, we seem to have this surge of coaches converging on Dover for the first time since after COVID, since after Brexit, and it's just got out of control. It will clear gradually, I think, during the day. And in future, I think we will have a kind of managed system, but absolutely miserable for people. And this is even without the entry-exit system, which is possibly going to come in at the end of the year, where you'll have to have everyone fingerprinted and have their facial biometric taken as well.
Goodness gracious, so it's going to get worse.
Well,
Maybe worse. Now, isn't it interesting that last year when this happened, the UK government said, don't worry, we're going to invest the resources necessary so that this doesn't happen again. And it's happened again. And it'll probably happen again next year. And they'll say, well, don't worry, we'll invest the resources necessary so it doesn't happen again. Now, what's happening is French staff have to carry out these checks on passports. Passports have to be stamped. And that takes time. Now, it wasn't necessary, or people were waved through before Brexit. But now the passports have to be checked and stamped. And as was pointed out here, if you have 50 kids on a bus, that's going to take time. And as he said also, that the new checks that are coming in at the end of this year, perhaps they've already been postponed. But if they come in at the end of the year, this is going to add more delays. But what has been the response from Tory MPs? Well, the actual Tory MP for Dover says, Natalie Elphicke says, incredibly disappointing to see French border control problems once again adding to the traffic mayhem just as families are trying to get away for the Easter holidays. And she's blocked comments. So she doesn't want anyone to reply and say, well, this is because of the Brexit that you campaigned for. She's a Brexiteer. She supported Brexit. She campaigned for it. And she still thinks it's a good idea. And she represents Dover. And the people of Dover, I hope, at the next election will say, you're responsible for this. This is your fault. You need to go. We need to replace you with somebody who actually understands the problems. She can blame French border control, but if the resources are not there at Dover, it's pointless blaming the French. And all of this was as a consequence of Brexit. So if there was no Brexit, there wouldn't be these types of delays. There would be delays, of course, because there's lots of traffic, but it wouldn't be to this extent. But it's convenient to blame the French. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.